Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 8 with 21 days to a more conscious life. And in honor of the new moon in Pisces today at 7:32 a.m. Pacific time, I figured I would talk about astrology today. And what it has done for my life and so many others too that have gotten into the world of astrology or interested in the world of astrology. So first, a little bit about today being a new moon, and I guess maybe I'll back up and say the reason astrology is a conscious expander and enables you to expand your consciousness is it's a way for you to get to know yourself on a much deeper level, for you to probably have answers to things that you've never had answers to or questioned or been curious about, or maybe those parts of your personality that are just kind of like underneath the surface that you don't really like realize until you speak with somebody that like knows those things about you, and you're like, oh my goodness, how do they know me like that? So I think anything that is going to allow us to get to our deeper selves, our true selves, the self that knows that we belong to something far greater than what most of us as humans believe. And many of us, myself included, are wanting to change that, wanting us all as human beings to raise our awareness and conscious levels so we can have a different experience as humans on Earth. There's a lot of pain and war and famine and hunger and even issues with clean water that are still happening, that are mostly happening, really. And we have stuff going on with media and, religion and politics and banking. So there's so much going on that the more that we can all expand our consciousness and really get in touch with our innate selves and that level of awareness and consciousness that's in all of us, that same thing that beats our heart without us having to think about it, grows our nails, our hair, helps all the blood flow through our veins, all of those things. Okay, so astrology is a great way to bring us inward and get to know more about what's in here, and it also, I think, helps us understand other people too. And I just I've got my Moonchild shirt on today, representing the moon, the phases of the moon here on my shirt. So, a new moon, which today is a new moon. So, the moon cycle is 28 days, and we get a new moon, which is a dark moon. You can't see the moon today because it's so close to the sun. And it's a time for new beginnings. So from this time forward, the moon's going to get bigger, 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 bigger until it gets to the full moon. So we're going to have a full moon in Virgo coming up here in a couple weeks, about 2 weeks. And then it gets smaller, 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 smaller again until it gets to the new moon. So spending some time today in reflection would be a really great thing to do, and contemplation even about what you would like to happen over the next moon cycle. And as we build up to the full moon, the things that we're working on can be manifest. And sometimes those cycles, those moon cycles, are longer, not just a month long. You know, we're always kind of working like in a spiral of cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. Which if you look in nature too, we notice that everywhere around us, spirals. So, being that the new moon is in Pisces, qualities of Pisces, water for sure. Pisces, the sign of Pisces is 2 fish. So water also represents emotions and our feelings and flow, how we flow with things and where we need to flow. Maybe there are things, there's a little squirrel behind. Oh, he might come right up here on, nope, he's going to take another path. I was thinking maybe he was going to hop up on the balcony there, or the rail. That'd be kind of fun. So yeah, how emotions, flowing with emotions, and things that we may need to like let go of, things that we would like to. We're also in Mercury Retrograde right now, so it's a time, kind of anything with a like revising, reviewing, revamping, reestablishing even. Any of those words are always helpful to use when Mercury's in retrograde. It's there for about 3 weeks this time. I think we're about a week or 10 days in. So, how are you feeling? Are you feeling emotional? If you are, don't hold back. Let it go. I know myself, I have. I feel like some of that has passed, but it's been like, I was in the grocery store the other day and felt tears like coming up in my eyes, and I'm like, oh goodness, here too. So I really just, I feel like it's so important for me, and I think it's a very healthy practice for us to bring back, is to, when emotions come, to let them come. And emotions, are wide ranging. There's happiness and bliss and sadness and fear and lots of different anger. I didn't say that. Lots of different emotions that we have. And all of them are they're speaking to us, telling us something. So there's lots to learn. I think astrology is just one methodology that we can learn, but there's, our sun sign, which is kind of what everybody knows from horoscopes, is pretty popular and common. And there's the other, probably kind of major things that people ask are your rising or your ascendant sign and your moon sign. And then those play in with your sun sign. And then there's housing systems too, that there's 12 houses. There's actually other forms of astrology. There's so many different types of astrology too. So, but I believe there's also astrology that only have 10 houses. I think most of them have 12 houses. But there's evolution astrology, there's Vedic astrology, there's whole sign houses. There really is an endless list of different modalities through astrology. So there's so much that can be garnered just from that, looking at astrology in and of itself. So it can be, a lifelong study for most people who are into it. And I think most of us come to it, looking for answers around ourselves and I'm just going to shut my phone off here. I thought I did that, and I guess I did not. Yeah, coming to ourselves, having questions about life and about things that are going on, and wanting questions to those, and maybe even in our relationships and that type of thing. So, astrology for day 8 on this beautiful new moon. Just kind of get you in another area to be looking at, digging, to see if you have any interest, and if you've had interest in the past, to expand that interest possibly, or take another look at it, see what it has to offer, see if there's things that you feel resonant with or called to or drawn to. So a lot of this is so much of what we're drawn to naturally, will help us expand and look at things with new perspectives and different perspectives. More awareness is more consciousness, which is more peace and more love. So if we're operating with a higher level of consciousness and peace, we can't help but want to help ourselves more, and this planet more, and other people more, and be kinder. So, okay, I think I'll close out today with a couple deep breaths. If you want to breathe in and do a big, deep belly breath, just recenter. I can feel some anxiety coming up in me as I'm doing this video. Been having some resistance today too around things. So remember to hold yourself gently. Be gentle with yourself. Scrolls back again. I don't know if you saw him. See the tree moving around. Okay, another breath, another deep breath in. And out. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Blessings and so much love. Hope you get to spend some time with your loved ones today, out in nature. And maybe thinking about some things that you would like to have as new beginnings. And let those things flow and be watery and emotional. Okay, bye-bye.